Okay. Hi, everyone. It's Saturday night, the 8th of August, and day 221 of my Living the Dream journey to business alignment. The power statement I came up with last night, as I considered the one thing that would make all the difference going forward for this morning, is this. I will stay focused on designing the rest of my website's pages one by one until it's all designed out. And then I'll continue to work with Fahad until it's all built out and ready to go live, period. So let me show you the to-do list that I had for today to discuss a few of the tasks I got done. My most important task, my fun task, my exciting task, my accounts, my emails, got it done. So let me go through those. My most important task was to communicate with Fahad about building out a separate temporary page for the form that ties to the focus group YouTube ad, so that when people click on my YouTube ads call to action button, they will all be brought to that page where they can fill out the form and get their free podcast gift. This way, the YouTube ads call to action link can show my website's name on it, Living the Dream Coaching, for example, which would look a lot better than having a big long URL that includes constant contact and this, just a bunch of stuff. Once I have that fixed and ready to go, I'm going to launch my YouTube ad. My fun task for today was to start on the About page video. We're going to get that to him so Fahad can start working on that. I mean, I sent it to him last night, but I want to make sure he had the description right. My exciting task was to work with Fahad as he starts working on getting the homepage built out. That way he can start working on the About page too, since that has very few elements different than what the regular homepage is. Hopefully it'll not cost me as much, but we'll see how that goes. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to do a share screen here. Okay, I'm going to go right to here. I'm going to hit share. And I'm going to go right to a web page and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, whoops, wrong way. Down here. I'm gonna have to pull this all up there so we can match up to there. Okay, great. This is the, I'm in my YouTube. You can't, it's a big long thing, but I'm in my ad and the next page and the next page. Now here's where it is. This is kind of showing it. And this is that free business coaching for beginner entrepreneurs that goes away. I'm gonna play it just a little bit. You can see something here. I'm not gonna have the sound. There we go. Okay, see this? Student request, hit the submit request and submit now. This is the call to action button that says constant contact pages.com, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, it's going to say Living the Dream Coach when you get it all done right. People can click on that and it goes to the page. I'm going to play it just a little bit more. Yeah.
I'm Coach B, and the first 10 people who watch this short video invite and decide that they want to participate in my Living the Dream Coaching focus group will receive 1 full year of my coaching at no cost. And that's because I'm launching a focus group beta test in order to get some honest input on my Living the Dream coaching system. And so I'm giving the first 10 people who are thinking about starting.
Okay, I had to stop it there. If you look right here, it says 29 seconds of an 8-minute ad. It's 29 seconds. This skip ad, people can skip it before, but if they don't skip it until 30 seconds, I pay for it at 30 seconds. But at 29, I don't have to pay. And that, you heard the whole stuff pretty much describe what I'm doing. So I get my message right out really quick, which is great. Now, when they click on this, I wanted to show you what I'm working on to try to maybe have Fahad do is I want them to land on this. I'm going to have to pull this up here as well. I'll go right here. If you look at this, it shows Living the Dream Coaching page, and I've enlarged it. Let me just make it a little bit larger for everybody to see it. Okay, slide it over here. Okay, it's a request a coaching overview call with me, and it talks about if they fill that in, they're going to get a free gift. And they just put it in, then they hit submit. It goes right to my constant contact list, and an automatic auto response email goes to them with that link to a free podcast and tell them thanks, and I'll be in touch with them. So that's kind of a fun thing there to show you that. I also wanted to show you here on this page. Let's go to that right here. Go up to pull this one up there. This here shows my home page, and it has the stuff that I sent to Fahad, and he's actually started work. I've been talking with him today about it. Let me see if I can find that right here. There we go. So I'm going to pull this up to here as well. so I can talk and show you. So this is what he started on my site, stretched it all out and everything. 12 sequential steps and to launch into success of business. He's got to enlarge these a little bit, and I'm working with them and get the right fonts. We'll talk about it in a minute. But here it goes. He started doing that, so that's kind of fun. I'm just excited about that. And then over here on this About Us page right here, I'll pull that up. There we go. One at a time. It says grayed out About Us, and it's going to feel like that page we just showed you here has all the stuff. That'll be a video to click on. What's it like to work with me? And then it says, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Coach B, and that'll be a video to click and do. And this is a fun thing. I won't read that right now, but it tells my story. And then but I'm changing that picture. You'll see that that'll be a lovely picture. Watch a short video clip on marketing and lesson steps 12 in that 12 series of lessons. And this will be a back and forth to the right, to the left, testimonials. And this is how they can start my Good to Know Monday tips on emails every Monday morning. They just fill that out and sign up. And that's the end of it. So that's kind of fun. I wanted to show you that, and I showed you that temporary page, and that way when the people click on the call to action button, they're going to be brought to that page. I'll capture their information, and I'll hopefully find my 10 folks, my 10 participants in my focus group. Okay, so like I said last night, this will all be tied to my YouTube ads call to action link, and I'm so excited to be able to hopefully get it done in time, not be out there too far with Fahad doing this, so I can have that page ready to go, grab the link that has Living the Dream Coaching as part of it, and it'll make so much more sense to them. Let's see. I want to show you something. I showed you that YouTube thing. Anyway, those are the things that I want to show. Let's go back to some of these here. All right, here. Let's go to this one here. This one is, but this is the home page of everything. And then I wanted to show you, this is the About Us page that I got ready and I'm talking to him about and getting that done. And excuse me. And the last thing I wanted to show you of the task we got done today was this Living the Dream Coaching. And it's been so fun. So anyway, let me go through my normal end of the day success routine questions that Croy asked. And I'm going to go ahead and end this. I may have to start again. That's great. But I'm going to go ahead and start this. Get honest with yourself, Marty. What didn't go well today? Or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? Yes, I did. Did you start your morning with power? Yes, I did. I was so excited to get up to do these things. Were you productive throughout your day? Major pieces through the portal of my mind into the world of the physical. You just saw them on the screen. Did you get the most important things today? Bam, bam, bam. Did you move your goals forward? Big time, big time. Did you show up as the person you wanted to show up as today? Did you come to serve it well? And I did. What about your personal time with Kathleen? It was a great night. It's a fantastic Saturday night. So excited about that. And were you present? I certainly was. Wanted to get a lot done today, and I did. In summary of these get honest with yourself questions, I say, were you honest about your task today with yourself, Marty? Did you keep your commitments and the promises you made to yourself this morning? Okay. This morning, I promised myself that I would help Fahad with any concerns he had about the home page and about the About page. I also committed to get the form page designed and sent to him so he could bid on that out to me as well. And so I have the home page for $35 now, and we'll see what Fahad is going to charge me for the About page with just a few extra little elements. It's basically a duplicate, just a few changes, and then what he's going to charge me to get that overview page done. We'll find out. After, as you saw, I got it designed. After yesterday's and today's work, Fahad now has all three of those pages in his hands, and I've got videos explaining each one of them to him so he can go through that about the homepage, about the About It, and then the overview form, so he knows what I'm expecting there. And so we'll see what he ends up charging me for it. Next question is, what movies did you watch during your mindfulness time this morning, Marty? Did you make time for them? Well, I absolutely did. And he says, were there any new movies that your two amigos brought up under the screen of your mind today? And if so, what were they about? Well, the must-see TV favorite 5 movies are what I call going to the movies. That's the mainstay for me. But in addition to these mainstays, I'm constantly having my two amigos load up multiple instant pre-play movie clips of all the different tasks that I'm working on like my website pages and my Zoom video recordings and my YouTube ad and the call to action and linking up to Constant Contact. Absolutely, these are playing in my mind all the time. It's exciting to imagine people seeing the ad as they surf YouTube and clicking on the video and watching my ad that we just did and showed you a little clip of it, open and play and seeing the call to action button show up like we saw it do it. And then after a while, seeing the people click on it and it's brought to that Living the Dream coaching overview form page. Pop right open and see them filling it out. And so I'm looking forward to having that actually happen. It's so great to see it in my mind. My next question that I asked myself is, what was the one thing would make all the difference going forward? Another way to say it is, what's the one thing you'd want to get done tomorrow? Even if the day went sideways getting it done, you'd still feel like a success, that you accomplished something great. What would that be? And once you know what it is, put it into a power statement so you can start your day strong tomorrow. Well, the one thing that would make all the difference going forward, in my mind, is to launch my focus group lead gen YouTube ad. For sure, I've been wanting to get that done. Everything launches from that ad being launched. It all happens from that point on. So my power statement that I came up with for tomorrow and for the days to come, I think, is I will get all the remaining tasks that I have left to do before I can launch the YouTube ad, get them completed, period. Hopefully before the end of the day, Monday, so that I can launch that on Monday. As Fahad and I work on getting my website all built out page by page, I'll still need to make myself to be ready for when I get those leads come in and folks wanting to participate in my focus group. Once I have those 10 and I have sent out my follow-up email and I've called them all of those 10 participants and done the overview with them and then launched the focus group, bam, done. That's going to be a very busy week when all of these major pieces all come together into the world of the physical and I'm launching and getting things going. Well, next, I want to answer my question that I came up with, and I always ask myself is, were there any mistakes or failures that I had or that I made today that I can turn into a tool of success going forward? Well, I did have a couple of hiccups today, but I only learned about them when Fahad sent me an email in reply to a couple of questions I had for him. Some of the text looked funny, and I showed you that on the form and the page he showed me of my homepage that he was working on. The sizes were too small, and that kind of thing. Some of the colors were even different. In addition to the text, some of the colors, like I said, in the background didn't match to what my publisher page had. And so this problem led to a fantastic tool of success that I want to show you and what I learned about it. So I'm going to go right back to sharing again. I'm going to go right back here to, let's see, yeah, to the home page, and I'm going to hit share. Okay, this is one's editable. You can see the little line. Well, what's interesting is he wants to know what the text font is. So up here it says Calibri 21 points. Over here, this one here, it is Arial 18 font. And this little color thing I call here, I just moved it a little bit. I don't want to do that. There you go. I right click it. And it comes up with this little color scheme here. I'm going to hit the star to come down. I'm going to show you what I learned. I did a little YouTube searching. Here's what I learned. See this more fill colors? If you click on that, it comes up to showing, but it says custom. And right down here is a hex. There's the number. It's pound DFEBF7, whatever. And then the Pantone number is right here, Pantone 600C. So I was able to go through each of these and show him each color. And this one's a different one. I can click here like that. And I go right down here. And I click it open. And I hit more colors. And I hit the custom. And there it is again. And I hit Pantone. There it is again. And so I went through this whole thing in a video showing each of these colors, each of these fonts, each of these sizes. That's a color. That's a color. This font, that font, everything, that's a color. And this background's a color. And these greens are a color. I went through each one of those. And I showed him on this same kind of thing, clicking like this, right-clicking it, clicking on this number here, going to more fill colors right there, looking at the custom, it says hex, and this is 008050. And Pantone, it says 7481C. And the reason why that matters is for him to match it up. If I can find what he sent me, there we go. If you find this color isn't quite the same as this color right here. See that? It's different. It's a different color. So it's close, but it's not. He said, send me the color codes. And so that's what I've been doing. And you see this size, I want them better, larger, but that's okay. That's how we learn. And so I was able to do that. So I can go ahead and show this off and be back to talking. Okay. This discovery of where to get color codes and how to show fonts easily is going to be a big help to both Fahad and myself going forward. It's always a fantastic thing when you learn something new like I did today, especially when it is something that's really important like that is. The next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? What's so exciting? What did you do well? My biggest success today, I think, was learning all about the color code issue and how to get them for Fahad. It is going to save a lot of time and help Fahad with this project in a big way. And it's going to save me dollars, so he doesn't have to go and do it. I can just watch it and see and write them down. Good to go. The next step in my end of the day success routine is to rate my day's effort. And so I gave today a 10. I gave it a 10 because I worked at the speed of 10 all day long, as you can imagine, and I was able to check off several of my most important tasks related to my website and several back burner ones. It's more big pieces that are coming in my dream into the portal of my mind that I've attracted there that now are manifesting themselves in the world of the physical because I'm acting on them. And now my website is coming to life. It's so exciting. Okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle behind the following statement. Too often, we humans indulge in the cowardice of being too careful, selling out for a promise of security, and we end up being cheated. The next thing I'm grateful for is the law behind the fear of failure, which is risk. This law says one of the most important and common reasons why people don't take control of themselves and don't accept responsibility for everything they do is fear of failure or the fear of being a loser. Only by giving yourself credit for every effort can you ever find the courage to immerse yourself in creative action fully and completely. You hold off, you don't. It's going to be your fault if you succeed. It's going to be your fault if you fail, but let you get after it. If we live by the principle that to try is to succeed, that to give our best effort is what it's all about, we gain a mastery and a peace within ourselves. With this attitude, we slip more easily into cycles of creating and renewing. It becomes easier and easier. Good results are only a fringe benefit, which may come and go, but what we do with ourselves is always in our control. And that truly is living the dream. Letting our self-respect depend on results makes us a slave to every whim and chance. Let me repeat that. Letting our self-respect depend on results makes us a slave to every whim of chance. Break free from that. If you are going to love yourself no matter what. Vince Lombardi said, winning isn't everything, but trying is. Too many people have misquoted him and said that he said, winning is everything. They conflated the two down to a smaller sentence, and that's not what he said. People hear what they want to hear, don't they? And what their habit mind thinks that they've heard. Anyhow, my next point is I'm grateful for George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw is famous for his role in revolutionizing comedic drama. He was also a literary critic and a prominent British socialist. Shaw's most financially successful work was Pygmalion. It was adapted into the popular Broadway musical, get this, My Fair Lady. You remember that one, starring Barbra Streisand? And last but not least, he won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1925. Mr. Shaw said this, success does not consist of never making mistakes. Boy, is that the truth. But in never making the same one a second time. Oh, that's so good, isn't it? I think so. So ends another day in my journey to business alignment as I enjoy this process of living the dream. I hope you're enjoying it too. I'll be right back here tomorrow night sharing another day in the life of Coach B. But until then, I wish you all continued success. Good night.